Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Jamie Hughes Show. My name as always is Jamie Hughes. His name is Luke.
Hi.
And today we are doing another film review. As you can tell from the board behind us, we are doing a lights out film review. I'm going to try and keep this relatively short. I went to see it last night. It is a couple of weeks old, but I feel like it's a very good horror film, so I felt like I wanted to talk about it. Luke saw it a couple of weeks ago, so he was ahead of the curve on this one. But yeah, Lights Out is a horror film about a girl and her mom and her brother who are haunted by is she a demon, a ghost?
She's not a ghost. Ghosts aren't real.
Ghosts are real, obviously. But
Mum says I remember that.
Yeah, Mum says. But yeah, she's some sort of entity.
Yeah.
She was alive.
Yeah, they didn't really touch on it. But I think she's some sort of entity.
Yeah, she's some sort of supernatural entity who stalks the family because the mother deals with depression, and this entity attaches herself to the mother. She preys and like feeds off the mother's negative energy and kind of takes over life and really like hurts anybody that tries to like sort of bring the mother out of this depression. So the film starts with Paul, who is Sophie, who is the mother of Rebecca and Martin, the main characters. He's at work. Yeah, poor Paul. Aww. Poor Paul. He's at work and late at work. He's been doing some investigation into Sophie's past and why she gets depressed and how it all came about. As he's doing this, his secretary leaves, says she's seen something in the stock room and he should be careful on his way out. He thinks she's just like sort of whatever, doesn't do anything by it. He walks out, obviously sees this entity on the floor, and he's like, he thinks it's like the girl played a trick. Then he realizes it's moved, and he realizes that like this thing is after him, and it's going to hurt him. So he starts running, and he realizes that she can't go into the light, so he tries to stay in the light. And as he runs, he gets caught and like rips his leg open. He managed.
How he did it.
I know, yeah, it was very quick. Like
it takes skill to rip your leg open on like a flat surface.
Yeah, but he fell and like ripped his leg open. I think she caught him. I think she catches him. But anyway, he gets into the room and then he thinks he's safe in this room because the light's on. The light obviously goes off and then he gets killed. We find out that this guy is like Sophie's husband. We find her daughter, Rebecca. They have like an estranged relationship because Rebecca's mom, Sophie's daughter's father, her first husband, left, which sent her into it. That was a really like, confusing statement, wasn't it?
Go on, keep going.
Why?
Because I need to refresh my memory.
Oh, you're refreshing yourself, yeah. So we find out that he's disappeared. Obviously, Paul is Sophie's other husband, who is now dead, has been killed by this entity, and she has a son. And it kind of like skips forward like a few months into like the future. Sophie's now depressed. Her son finds her talking to someone in the house, but there's no one there. But he can like hear these noises and like scratches, and I think he witnesses this entity. He sees like, he's a young child. He's about 10, but he still can sense that there's something wrong. So anyway, the way that his sister's introduced, he falls asleep. He keeps falling asleep in school, so they phone his sister. His sister obviously goes to the house and takes him away from his mum to try and keep him safe. But obviously, as we all know, this is a horror film. It's not going to happen. So it's not going to happen. They stay at hers. Ends up this entity follows them to her house. So they try to uncover the mystery. It turns out that this entity, Diana, her name is. We find this out. So she was like a real girl. This is where it gets a bit confusing. We've got to explain in depth. She was a real girl. She had a skin condition, so she couldn't go.
Like Brad Pitt in that one film, he's got a skin condition. He can't go out in the sun because he gets hot. That's pretty much it.
It was like Interview with a Vampire.
No, it's not a vampire. It's just got. You should watch it.
What's it? Well, I don't know what it's called.
I don't know. It's just got Brad Pitt. Search Google. Brad Pitt sun burn.
Okay. Just come up with like
pictures
of sunburn.
Alright. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, she takes inspiration from that.
Yeah. So she can't. go outside. She goes to the same like mental institution, mental hospital that Sophie's at.
Yeah.
So she sort of attaches herself. We find out this girl's like quite evil. Her father committed suicide. Yeah, father committed suicide because
Who's
Diana.
Diana?
I forgot her name then. Dirty Diana.
Did he?
Yeah, Diana's father committed suicide because he believed that she was inside his head. So they call her the devil and stuff in the institution. They end up doing an experiment on her with like bright lights, and she ends up like I don't know. She sort of disintegrates.
Well, go and finish the plot, and I think we'll talk about the first massive issue with this film.
Yeah, so she sort of disintegrates. You're not really sure why, what's really happening, but obviously they realise now that like they have to try and stop Diana by like basically forcing her out into the light and killing her. So yeah, they go to the house. They shit just hits the fan. Diana like traps them. Loads of shit happens. Like they just get chased around the house by Diana, and then rather sadly, and it did kind of like not affect me, but it was like, oh shit, like this is grim. Like the only way that they managed to stop Diana is that the mum commits suicide because
she seemed very happy about it.
But I think
she seemed chuffed.
Yeah, but I
like,
think because she was so depressed anyway. I feel like. And she realised that the only way that she can save her kids and let her kids actually be free and happy.
I think she was happy that she could find a way to.
Yeah, to help her kids. Pain. Yeah, relieve them of like. I don't want to say the burden because I don't want to like because there is a lot of undertones in this film to like depression of how Diana is portrayed. Like she's portrayed as this as depression basically. She's like always black and she's really like
keeping everyone in the dark.
Yeah, keeping everyone in the dark, and it's like it does have these really like. I don't want to say nice, but these really undertones of depression, and like, obviously, the way that is handled in this film is a bit like dramatized. Hopefully, no one ever has to like kill themselves to get free of depression. There are ways around it. But go on, I've talked a lot. I've given the depth to the plot, so you tell me like what you
think. So I didn't actually think about that until you just said polysemic.
Polysemic.
The film's polysemic.
Enlightened.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about what I'm gonna say. Lots of different undertones, lots of different meanings to things in the film, and with Diana, I didn't see her as that. I didn't really care much for it, but I didn't see her as an actual like entity that could represent an emotion like or an illness like depression. Which that's pretty good actually. I like that. I like the film a bit more now.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, no, I just like I say like I really like on general note this film's like okay.
Yeah.
Like it's not great and it's not bad. It's like it's in the middle, like I say, it's got really like intriguing bits. It's nice that it's a different spin on like horror as well.
Well, this is where
are we gonna disagree?
Well no, it just takes its inspiration completely from like I think even it's got the same title and font as a short film. I can't remember who it was made by.
It's based on the same guy. It's because it's
I can't remember his name.
It's like Matt something. I know what you mean, but it's a short film that they've adapted for cinema.
It's a 2.5 minute, 3 minute short film.
Yeah.
And they adapted it to a feature length cinema release. And a lot of critics disagree with it because it rehashes the same gimmick throughout. That when you turn the lights off and turn them back on, she disappears, she's dead. Which you can see in the trailer or the short film.
Yeah. But
I didn't really like because there's not a lot we can say about it. I don't think there is.
No.
I'd like to touch on the overall aspect of the film.
Like I
don't really want to nitpick on scenes because there's not much.
Yeah, there wasn't. It was like there was one shot that I really liked, and that's when the kid fell with the candle, and like she pulled him back. I thought that shot was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. But I felt like it not changed, like, but it was something different for a horror film. Whereas the fact that like it was this entity, but you saw it from the beginning of the film. Like I really like that because like Paranormal Activity or
it was nice though. Like I straight away I was like on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, like The Conjuring and all that sort of stuff. It's like you just see stuff move.
It's a horror film. Let's just make it a horror film, not a domestic. Like drama.
There's stuff moving, and then you get the big reveal of like, the monster or the ghost in the end. But you see like Diana from the very first scene, she's there, and that's what I really liked about it because even though you saw her, you didn't know what she looked like. All you saw was like her eyes, and like the blackness. I think it's like, yeah, you obviously get like a little bit of a reveal at the end because they hold a light to her face and see what she looks like. She's all like burned, disfigured. Yeah. But like I really, this is like the main point where I want to make this is that I really like the way that the evil spirit was introduced into this film, and I think that worked really, really well.
That's my biggest criticism with it as well, though, like how complicated it all is, with the story.
Yeah.
And it didn't need to be that complicated.
Yeah, like the bit.
I just don't understand their motives for doing it, like making it so much around this family, centered around this family, and developing these characters throughout the whole film, not just the beginning, but towards the end, it's just I didn't see why I needed to know any of it.
Yeah, like it did feel like I know
why
what you mean.
Did and it didn't even fulfill what the purpose. I don't think they were trying to. Yeah, they didn't fulfill the
purpose of the film. Like, the point they wanted to get across.
Yeah, the point they wanted to get across. Because by the end, I still don't know what Diana is, and I don't understand.
Yeah, that was
like how. I want to know about her condition.
I want to know how she became. Yeah. Because basically, there's like
a lot of shots in there about where the daughter's looking through these photos of the experiment.
They have flashbacks as well. But
and it's just a shadow in the chair.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get like what happened. Like, how does somebody burn like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, how does somebody burn where there's like nothing left of them that quickly? So I would have liked to have seen like if she, or at least known that maybe when she was a kid she was like evil, or like was she like an entity from the beginning? Did she really exist?
I thought a great way to start the film would be that experiment.
Yeah,
wouldn't it? Like,
and then you'd know straight away like what she was.
Yeah, like it could save a lot of the film, and it's quite an upsetting thing to see at the beginning of a film.
Because then you would have empathised with Diana almost.
Yeah,
and like
wouldn't it have made much more sense?
Yeah, but I say I wanted to keep this quite short because I say it is quite like an older film, so I don't want to go too much in depth. But I enjoyed it. I think the ending was like a lot different to what I thought it was going to be. As we said, the mum ended up committing suicide, and that's how it ends. And the one thing I really liked about it, it was like a happy ending, but there was no like stupid jump scare at the end of the film. Like nothing jumped at the camera.
I didn't get the happy ending bit. It was quite an iffy.
Yeah,
it was like because the camera rose to the house.
Yeah,
the music didn't fit the happy ending.
Yeah, like
and the whole like ambiance of the whole situation didn't really feel right. So
they were quite. I consider their mum just like blew her head off.
Yeah, like they weren't that happy. No one was that happy at the end. It was just like she's gone. But
they did feel a bit like they looked too happy for like that thing to happen.
And I think by the end of it, I felt a bit like that, like the characters, like
it's like
that film happened. I want to go home now.
Yeah, like I don't want to bag it too much because it's quite enjoyable. I say it's definitely worth watch if you go and get the chance to watch it.
But what I'm saying is just there's a lot more horror films coming out.
We are.
And this is the one of the first ones to start coming out.
This was like I think this is the first one, and then close. But very good. I say I don't want to dwell too much on this film. Definitely go and check out if you do get a chance, because I say it's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely something different, which is what I really like and I feel like recently with horror films as well, like we're getting a lot better style and brand of horror film. We're not just getting like the stupid camera stuff now. Like we're getting better thought through horror films.
Yeah.
There's some coming out that look really, really good. We might be making a video discussing about what's coming out because there's genuinely a lot of good stuff that's coming out. But definitely worth a watch. Anything else? Closing statement for this film?
No, I just want to say one more good thing about it. I think
go for it. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I would just thought, could we think of something that we did really enjoy?
You
see it. One that sets it apart from everything else.
Yeah, I say like it's great that you see the monster. There's some really good jump scares in there, but it's not over the top. I say the story. I don't know. There was a lot of like minimal good points, but there are a few like bad. It is a little bit sloppy. Like the storyline's a little bit sloppy, but it is like it's a genuinely enjoyable film, and it's a genuine like scary film that will make you like you will be on the edge of your seat, as you said, from the beginning.
And that's it's a decent film to watch if you want a horror film.
Yeah, if you're a fan of horror, then and even if you're not a fan of horror, because it is not too scary, and as I said, it does touch on these subjects that you like as I said, like how I saw like depression stuff. So it's like the way that the families are sort of tore apart by this mum's depression as well is quite interesting. Like the dynamic of that, how you got like the little kid basically stuck in the middle of these two warring mother and daughter things is quite interesting as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely go and check it out while you still can, because I don't think it's got long left in the cinema. But yeah, definitely go and check it out. Decent little film,
or at least just a short film.
Yeah, or at least check out the short film. Check out the original as well if you don't. But yeah, definitely one to snuggle up to on a cold, scary night around October 31st and watch. Very enjoyable. I've been Jamie Hughes.
I've been Luke Morris.
If you enjoyed this video, as always, leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe, and all that jazz. We will see you again very soon for another review, I am sure. So we'll see you again. Ta-ra.